Hey guys, it's December the 2nd, 2024, and I hope everybody's been having a wonderful day so far today. I just want to start off today's video and just say you guys never cease to amaze me. So many wonderful, beautiful comments. I've yet to finish replying to all of them as of yet, but the ones I've gotten to so far have just been amazing. And I gotta say, I'm just blown away by the amount of people that are here on this channel and watch every single day and are a part of this community all over the world. I'm just a normal guy. I mean, I started this channel a little over a year ago, and I really started in March of 2023, and but I really started doing the videos last Thanksgiving. So it's been just a hair over a year at this point since I've started this channel, and this community has grown so large. There's so many people here. I never would have ever imagined that there would be such a large YouTube channel. I just didn't think that this was going to be possible. I really didn't. When I first started this channel, it was just, I just wanted to try to help people that were in the same boat as me. And just things have grown over time. And, the one thing is I do have a lot of experience with being an alcoholic. And I guess there's a lot of people out there who can relate to what I'm talking about. And, I try to keep it as real as I can with you guys and tell you everybody how I'm feeling and what's going on inside of my head. And, sometimes I can be rather uncomfortable to do, but I just think it's important because, for so long, I thought I was the only person in the world that drank the way that I did. I really did. And since I started this channel, I found out that's not the case. There are a lot of people that drank the way that I did, and there are a lot of people that still do, and I wasn't the only one. And if you're out there right now, and you're stuck in that hole and you're thinking that you're the only one, you're not. I promise you, you're not alone. There are so many of us that are like us. And, the thing is that it's not your fault that you got where you are. I think that we tend to blame ourselves for so long. And, we're ashamed and we feel guilty and we feel like it's our fault and like we did something wrong. And at the end of the day, you really didn't. And I know there's going to be people out there who are not going to agree with what I'm saying, and that's fine. But, the thing is that, addiction is not something that anybody asks for. And there is, the possibility of us seeking help and getting help and trying our best to stop doing what we're doing, but it's hard. And a lot of times as well, we're ashamed and we don't want to go seek help. We don't want to admit that we have a problem. And then at the same time, if you're in active addiction, you don't want to stop. Well, you do, but at the same time, you're afraid of the consequences that are going to come with it. You're afraid of the withdrawal and what might happen. You're afraid of going to the doctor because you're afraid what they might tell you. I know I was there. I was always afraid to go to the doctor. I would refuse to go to the doctor. I was always looking up some kind of home remedy for stuff because I just didn't want to go. I remember one time I had gotten so sick. And I knew that I had an infection going on in my lungs. I've gotten a chest infection in my lungs basically every year since I've been a kid, and it always happens in the spring. I'm really allergic to the pollen, and I'm not quite sure which one, but I don't think it's the pine. I think it's dogwoods when they bloom. That and Bradford pears. I think I'm really allergic to Bradford pears. We have a lot of those around here, and I seem to get sick when those bloom. But this one year I'd gotten extremely ill. I was running fever, just extremely sick. And instead of going to the doctor, I was online looking up how to purchase antibiotics. And I came so close to buying fish antibiotics. And you can buy fish antibiotics, and they come in capsules and everything. And actually, there's a YouTuber. He's a pharmacist, and I can't remember what the guy's channel is, but you guys probably have seen him before, but he's a pharmacist here. I think he's in Canada, as a matter of fact. And he just does videos about different pharmaceuticals and stuff like that. And one time he did a video on the fish antibiotics because he had a bunch of his subscribers asking him to do it. So he ordered the fish antibiotics, and they came in, and they were in capsules and everything. And I think it's amoxicillin that's in there. But supposedly you take the capsule, you open it up, and you pour it into the fish tank, depending on the amount of the amount of water that's in there, and But anyway, that's what I was trying to do, was buy fish antibiotics, but I wasn't quite sure if they were actually safe for human beings to take. But I almost did that because I just didn't want to go to the doctor. I was willing to buy fish antibiotics online and take those, opposed to going to the doctor because I was so afraid of going. Every time I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was through the roof. Every time I went to the doctor, they would tell me, you need to go to the emergency room because your blood pressure is so high. And I've talked about this as well, but I went to the dentist one time, and they refused to fill a cavity because they took my blood pressure, and they said it was too high, that they couldn't do it. So I was so afraid of going to the doctor because for one, I knew they were going to give me a hard time about my blood pressure, and two, I was afraid of what they might tell me. They might say, we need to do some blood work, and the next thing you know, they come back and say, your liver numbers are through the roof, or whatever it may be. I was just paranoid of going to the doctor, so I tried everything I could instead of going. And guys, there would be like months that I would be sick because I was too afraid to go to the doctor. I just didn't want to go. And it's just sad that, that's where I was at mentally, that I was that worried about what they might say, and the fact that they might tell me that I might have to stop drinking, that I refused to go. And I suffered for so long, so many times, broken bones and getting sick, and just all kinds of different stuff that I dealt with that I tried to take care of on my own when I shouldn't have. And I have to say, 90% of the time, I was able to mend myself. But there were other times where I just couldn't. And I would let, a chest infection go for a month before I would go to the doctor. And at that point, it had gotten so bad that by the time I'd gotten there, I was extremely ill. And it would take weeks for me to get over it. And they'd have to try different antibiotics. And it's just ridiculous. And that's how I used to be. And, my point to all this is that, that's where I was at when I was a drinker. And, if you're right there now, you're not alone. But what I can tell you is that there is a way out of this, and you can get yourself out of that hole. Is it easy? No, it's not. But, the thing is that anything in life that's worth anything, it's hard, and it takes hard work. But it's worth the hard work that you have to put in, because the life that's waiting for you, it's so great. And just for the simple fact of not waking up in the morning with a hangover every single day, that alone by itself, it's just there's no comparison. I have spent a lot of time here over the past couple of days. Excuse me. I'm drinking my coffee at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was just drinking coffee late last night too. I drank so much coffee, but I've done a lot of thinking lately. Just thinking about how I ended up here. There's been a lot of sleepless nights laying in the bed, staring at the ceiling, and thinking about this, and why I'm in the situation that I'm in. What did I do to end up here? And I know what I did. I drank, and I drank a lot, and I did a lot of partying, and I was selfish. And if I had only listened and, heeded the warnings of the others that came before me, because I had other people tell me, you need to stop, and older people that had been in my shoes, but I didn't listen to any of them. I thought that I was invincible. I really did. And I was completely selfish. All I cared about was myself. I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. Going out and getting drunk, partying, and coming home and sitting on my back porch for hours on end, drinking by myself, wasting my days off, sitting on my back porch, drinking by myself. I mean, that was my life. And did I like doing it? Not really. But that's what I knew. And did I enjoy the buzz that I got from alcohol? To a certain extent, yeah. I loved the way that I felt until I got to a certain point. But I always had to take it too far. You know, if I had 5 drinks and that made me feel amazing, I just had to keep going, and then I would end up feeling horrible after that. But it's like that with anything I've ever done in life. I just always end up taking things way too far, whether it be work, drinking, using substances, relationships. I mean, whatever it is, I just go too far with it. I get obsessed with things. And I think a lot of us that are in this predicament, I think a lot of us have that one personality trait, is the obsession. I don't know what that's all about. I'm no psychiatrist or psychologist or whatever. I don't know, and I don't claim to be. But I feel like there is an obsession that comes along with it. The obsession of the constant thinking about where you're going to get your next bottle, when you're going to be able to drink the next time. It's just an obsession. And that I obsessed over alcohol. I obsessed over getting drunk. I obsessed over when my next bottle was going to come. I obsessed over how I was going to get the money to get my next bottle. You know, and if I had taken all of that obsession and applied it somewhere positive, man, the things that I could have achieved and where I would be at right now. But, you know, there's no point in crying over spilt milk. And another thing, while I'm on that topic as well, I was just watching an interview just the other day, and they were talking about this exact topic, about how, you know, how addicts are some of the smartest people in the world, and some of the most caring people in the world as well. I don't know what it is and why so many people are just so intelligent, why we end up in this position. I don't know what that's all about. Maybe our minds race too much. Maybe we think too far into things. But the thing also they were talking about, you know, is how people that are using drugs, you know, a lot of times they'll spend their whole entire day obsessing over, you know, getting the money together in order to get their next package of whatever it is. And I mean, if you watch something like Intervention or something like that, and the people that are using drugs, a lot of times, you know, they're spending up to like $5, $6, $7, $1,000 a day in drugs. And these people are homeless, or they don't have much, but they're out there figuring it out and hustling and coming up with, you know, $500 to $1,000 a day or more in order to support their habit. And if only those people had taken that drive and that obsession and applied it to something positive, the possibilities are endless. And it just shows how intelligent people with addiction problems can be, because of the things that they can come up with and ways to come up with money. It's mind-blowing. And, you know, like I said, I've just been doing a lot of thinking. And once again, I know I'm all over the place again today. I'm so sorry. I didn't write anything down. I've been doing a bunch of stuff today, and I've been thinking about this all day, about what I wanted to talk about. And like I said, I just didn't write it down, so I'm kind of bouncing all over from idea to idea of things I wanted to discuss today. I wasn't going to talk for as long as I have right now, but I'm just going to keep going. I'm going to get off here in just a second. But, you know, the thing is that I spent my whole entire life, you know, drinking and getting high and doing whatever. You know, I was successful in, you know, my work and stuff like that, but I could have been way more successful. And I don't know. I just been thinking a lot about how I ended up here, and I've reminisced a lot about those days and why I continued to keep doing what I was doing when I knew that it was destroying my body, and I knew it made me feel bad. Um, and I just don't have an answer for that. I think, like I said, I think more than anything, I think I just kind of slipped into addiction and then didn't know how to get my way out of it. Now, initially, I started drinking and using drugs because I felt out of place. I was depressed. I had a hard time talking with people. I felt uncomfortable around people. I didn't feel comfortable being myself. I got picked on a lot when I was a little kid. And I'm not trying to like sit here and say, oh, woe is me, and do that number right now. I'm just saying, I'm just thinking about reasons why I ended up doing the things that I did. And I think I just got picked on a lot when I was younger, and there weren't a lot of people that lived close to me, so I didn't have a lot of friends growing up. And when I did find people that I was friends with, that I could become friends with, I felt like I needed to be somebody else when I was around them, because I didn't think that they would like the person who I actually was. So I put on this facade and pretended I was someone else. And when I discovered alcohol and drugs, man, it really allowed me to slip into that character. And I felt comfortable doing that, because that's what I was doing. I was portraying someone that I wasn't. And when I was using and drinking, being that other person came a lot more naturally than it did when I was sober. And I felt more comfortable living the lie that I was living. And I think I actually started to become that person over time. It's like, you fake it till you make it. That saying right there, and it's actually kind of true. If you continue to do something over and over and over again, you might turn into what you are trying to portray. And that's not necessarily a good thing, because for me it wasn't. I thought that being a jerk and being loud and obnoxious and just being somebody that I wasn't. I just really thought that was the type of person that people like to be around. Even though I didn't enjoy being around those types of people, which is funny because, thinking back on it now, I don't understand what made me think that would make me into somebody that people would enjoy to be around. Maybe I thought that the girls would like me more, and there's a lot to that as well. Thinking about, just trying to attract girls to me. I just always thought the girls liked the jerk, and I just faked it till I made it and tried to become this other person. But the point of today's video is that I spent my whole entire life living a lie, basically, and you don't have to do the same. You can be who you are deep down inside, and you can change your life. And that person that you are deep down inside, I'll guarantee you that people actually will like and do like who that person is. I know there's a lot of us that drink to break that social anxiety and to feel loose when we're out with a group of people. But maybe at the same time, if you don't feel comfortable around those people, maybe they're the wrong people. Maybe that's not your crowd. Maybe you're trying to hang around with the wrong type of people. Find somebody that's interested in the same things as you. And I've talked about this so many times, but with social media and the internet and all this, the access to things that we have these days, I mean, it's so easy to find a group of people that are interested in the same hobbies and ideas and interests that you are as well. If you're really big into reading books, there's book clubs and all kinds of stuff, and very easy to find them and hook up with those people. And, give it a shot. Whatever it is that you're interested in. If it's welding, look for a welding class, go sign up and go start doing it. When you find something that you really enjoy to do, man, it makes quitting drinking or using whatever it is so much easier, because it's like second nature. You find yourself diving so deep and becoming so interested in whatever it is that you're not thinking about drinking or using at the moment. And those thoughts will come up maybe after you're done. But you can kind of pour yourself into whatever it is. And man, it just makes the time go by so much faster, and just takes your mind off of it. And it gives you something to look forward to the next day. You're not laying there in your bed at 12 o'clock at night thinking about, man, I can't drink tomorrow. I think that we give ourselves a lot of anxiety too when we quit because we're thinking about the future too much. It's this constant thought of, I'll never be able to drink again, and what about this and that? And I say this all the time, but what about that wedding that I've got coming up in a few months? What am I going to do when I get there? Cross that bridge when you get there. And if you don't feel comfortable going to the wedding or whatever the thing is, whatever the event is, and you're afraid that you might drink if you go, then politely excuse yourself. People will understand, especially if you explain to them what's going on with you. You would be surprised how understanding people can actually be, especially if you explain to them, that you're not drinking anymore. And I'm not saying that that's what you have to do, but I'm saying that it's an option. And if you're close with whoever this is, you could just say, hey, I quit drinking 3 months ago. I just don't feel comfortable going to your wedding. I would love to be there. And if it was a dry wedding, I would show up. And I'm not asking you to have a dry wedding. I'm just saying that, I just don't feel comfortable. And maybe you could just go to the actual, the wedding part and then leave. Go to the church, watch them exchange vows, get married, and then go. You don't have to stick around for the reception, the after party. You don't have to stay for that. And there's a lot of instances like that as well. You might have some work meeting, and then, you guys have a meeting all day long. And then after you get done, like my old job, we would have a meeting all day. And then after we got finished, we all drank for hours. Our meeting would be over at 6, and we would drink till 10, 11 o'clock at night. Not everybody hung out. And a lot of people actually left. They would say, I'm sorry, I don't drink. I've got to get home to my family. And those guys, I used to look at those guys and go, man, they sure are missing out. What a bunch of losers. And now, at the age that I'm at, and with the amount of knowledge that I have now with this, man, those guys were the smart ones. They really had their stuff together. They knew better. They knew, go home. Go be with your kids. I'm going to spend time with my children. I'm not going to waste my time here hanging out. It wasn't mandatory. Nobody made them stick around. Now, was it like part of our company? And, a lot of people did, especially the big wigs. They all drank. And, it was one of those things where I was just trying to get accepted. And I wanted to do what I thought that I needed to do, although I wanted to drink as well. But I thought that I needed to stick around for the after party. To get that upper leg. But I found out in my age now that that's not necessary. Leave after the meeting's over. Go home and maybe spend the time that you would have spent drinking with those guys, working on a project, maybe trying to get yourself ahead at work. That's how you get ahead. That's how you get the promotions. That's how you make a name for yourself, is the actual production. The actual proving yourself. It's not about hanging out with the bosses and getting drunk. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to wake up the next morning and probably not remember what happened. But anyway, guys, I'm almost at 25 minutes here. And I need to go ahead and hop off of here. I still got some things I got to finish doing for today. Like I said, I'm going to take you guys along with me on the ride. We're leaving tomorrow afternoon. I just talked to my mom just a little bit ago. I didn't realize she's got to pick my brother's kids up from school tomorrow afternoon. And they don't get out of school, I think, until like 3:30. So after she picks my brother's kids up from school and takes them over to my brother's house, she's going to come pick me up. And then we're going to leave and head to Charleston after that. So I won't be in Charleston tomorrow until later on. It'll probably be like 7:30 tomorrow by the time that I get there, maybe 8 o'clock. Depends on how many stops. We stop for dinner or whatever. But I'm going to film tomorrow. I'm going to film on the way down there. Just get some nice shots. I'm going to film when I get to Charleston. Show you guys my room and stuff like that. And I'll post tomorrow's video up. It's going to be kind of late when I post tomorrow's video. But like I said, I'm just going to take you guys along with me on this whole thing. And I'll post tomorrow's video up tomorrow night, and then I gotta be up, and I have to be at the hospital at 6 a.m. on Wednesday. So I'll film when I get up that morning, and as I'm kind of getting ready, I'm gonna film us heading over to the hospital. I'm gonna film myself when we're there. I'm just gonna try to film as much as I can leading up to the procedure, and then I'm gonna film myself when I wake up. So I'll be posting a video on Wednesday, and that'll be another late one as well. And I'll be letting you guys know how it turned out, and hopefully everything turns out okay. That's all I'm praying for, and that's what I'm hoping for. I just hope that there's no complications. The one thing I did think about with this is I was talking to my mom about this earlier. With them placing this other stent this time as well, I am pretty sure they're going to have to go in through my groin and probably through my belly button again, like they did that first initial time, or in the first and second time. They went in through a bunch of places, and it really kind of messed me up from doing those other places, especially in the groin area. My whole entire leg turned black and blue, and they leave a big cut about that big. And the first time I had it done, I think it was a hematoma or something like that happened, but my legs swelled up. It was full of blood, and they had to give me fentanyl, and then they had to go in there and like apply a bunch of pressure to it to try to make all that swelling go down. And man, that was painful. I hope that doesn't happen again, but each time that they go in through that area, one, it takes a while for that to heal, and it's just really hard to walk because it's so sore on the inside of my leg, and it just leaves a bunch of bruising and stuff like that. So I'm sure they're probably going to have to do that again, so that's going to kind of add to the amount of time that's going to take for me to kind of get back to my normal self. But I'm still going to be here every single day. I'm still going to film. Still going to be talking to you guys. Still going to be replying to the comments and all that jazz. So I'm not going to be taking any more time off. Unless something just really, really bad happens and I end up in the ICU and, I'm unconscious or something like that, which I really, really hope does not happen. But hopefully all this turns out a-okay, and I have my procedure and I'm on my way home this week. That's what I'm hoping for. So we're just gonna play this by ear, and we're gonna see. We'll see how this all turns out, and I'm gonna take you guys along with me for the ride, and you guys are gonna get to experience all this with me. Now, of course, I can't take you guys into the surgery room with me and all that stuff, but I'm gonna get you as far as I can. I'll be filming while I'm in pre-op. I gotta sit in there and get my gown on and all that stuff, and I'll film as soon as I wake up in recovery, as soon as I get access to my phone. But I'll be doing a lot of filming while I'm there, and I'm really looking forward to having you guys along with me and being able to talk with all of you. And I know you guys are gonna cheer me up. I just hope that this all turns out well. That's all I'm hoping for. So, guys, with that said, I will see you all tomorrow. After I finish filming this, I need to get back on there and finish replying to all the comments from yesterday's video, because I promised you guys I was going to reply to all of them. So I need to finish doing that, and then I'm going to post today's video up. It'll probably get up a little bit later tonight, and then tomorrow's video will be up late as well. And same thing on Wednesday. It's going to be another late video, but I will be back every single day talking with you guys and replying to all the comments. And like I said, looking forward to you guys coming along with me on this ride. I really could use all of your support. I really could. And that's it, guys. Getting a little bit nervous now because we're almost there. We are almost there. And the one thing that was really weird about this procedure this time as well is they told me I didn't have to bridge my blood thinners, which I just thought was so odd. I said, I don't need to stop taking my Eliquis and get on Lovenox, and they said, no, you don't have to. Which scares me, because Eliquis has kind of a long half-life on it, but I don't know. They're the doctors. I'm just the patient, so I'm going to trust what they say, and I hope I don't have a bleed or something. But anyway, I'm sure they know what they're doing. I know they know what they're doing, so I'm just going to trust them. And like I said, hopefully all this turns out well. So I just wanted to come on here and kind of chat today. Like I said, I've just really been thinking about how all this began and how did I get here, and I don't know. My brain's been all over the place today. I'm just nervous, and I think I'm nervously speaking right now to you guys, but it's like I'm talking to my friend one-on-one every time I come on here. I'm speaking to each and every single one of you individually. I really am. And as I'm talking, I'm thinking about all of you guys, all the subscribers. And because I've created a lot of friendships on here. I know a lot about a lot of you. I know your names. I mean, I know about your personal life. And I remember, each and every single one of you. I consider all of you my friends. I really, really, really do. And I am so blessed to have so many good friends here on this channel. It's over 13,000 people, and I can't thank you guys enough. So with that said, guys, I'm going to go and hop off here for today. I love you guys so much, and let's do this together, because together we are so much stronger than we are alone. Guys, until tomorrow, I will see y'all then. Have a great night.